Hi, we're the K3. I'm Jen.
I'm Marisa, and you. Thank you for taking a K-drama coffee break with us.
We are K-drama fans just like you, and this is our list of our female idols that are out there that are actresses that we really enjoy. Now, this is just our list.
Yes, we'd love to see your list too.
So go ahead and drop that in the comments below, and we can't wait to read them. So let's get started.
So number 5 on my list is BONA. She's was in the group WJSN, and she was in Hit the Top, although I don't remember her in Hit the Top. I guess she was one of the idols milling around in that drama with SEOHYUN and SUZY. But 25-21,
right?
She really held her own with Kim Tae-ri, who is, stellar actress, one of the best of her generation.
She's Kim Tae-ri.
She's Kim Tae-ri. So I think BONA did really well because that was the heart of the show for me, their relationship. So I really enjoyed her in that. And her next project is Joseon Lawyer with Woo Do-hwan. Back from the military.
Listen, she has literally jumped a stratosphere from that 25-21 show. She's now the first lead, she had a really beefy role in 25-21, but that one really, I think, put her on the map because before that, I don't think I had any idea who she was.
No.
I might have recognized her name just because it's, she's done the variety circuit and whatnot, or because, I should probably also say, I know nothing about K-pop. I'm so bad at it. My knowledge of all of these people is simply the first time I saw them in a K-drama. So for me, it was 25-21.
Yeah.
And she, like you said, held her own and had the adorable, second love line.
Yes.
And I'm super excited to see her in Joseon Lawyer.
Yes. I can't wait. So
my number 5 is actually SUZY from Girls' Generation.
Yes.
Right?
There are a lot of Girls' Generation members who are now acting a lot.
A lot. We could do an entire show just on the ladies of Girls' Generations and their acting careers.
Yeah.
Because I think they all currently have a drama going on right now.
4 of them.
4 of them. Mm-hmm. My favorite of the 4 is SUZY. And when I was doing my research for this, I really wasn't sure why, because I've really only seen her in 1.5 dramas, run on. And I've watched a couple of episodes of If You Wish Upon Me, and I've enjoyed her. But I think there's something about her relationship with Jung Kyung-ho that has been going on for a decade that is so endearing to me, and how much he adores her that makes me like her even more.
That's such a beautiful relationship. And in an industry where they frown on dating, that the two of them, who are both superstars, are just have this really great, relationship. Long-term,
adore each other, talk about each other in interviews. It's not like they're pretending like it doesn't exist. So that's how she first ended up on my radar. And then the big drama that brought her to my attention was Run On.
Yeah.
And while Run On is not overall one of my favorite dramas, I enjoyed many, many aspects of it. Her character really struck a chord with me. I really enjoyed watching her be a powerful CEO and dealing with that. And was she a brat? She was an absolute brat. But maybe that was part of her appeal. She loved her coffee and wearing her tennis shoes all the time, just in case a soccer game broke out and she could go play. There were many things about her that I really, really just enjoyed. I'm looking forward to seeing what she does.
I think she's got a bit of a tough girl edge to her that, I can see why you really are attracted to that.
You'll notice in my list, that seems to be an overriding theme. As I was looking at my list, I'm like, oh yeah, there's that there. Almost all my notes. She played a really strong character. She was a lot of fun. She was a fun badass. And she definitely, SUZY definitely fits in that category.
So next on my list, number 4 is Jung Eun-ji from A-Pink, who I first saw in Reply 1997. I think that was definitely her breakout role, and she was paired with Sung-gook. But then she didn't do much for a very long time. I don't know if A-Pink was busy. So the next thing I really noticed her in was Work Later, Drink Now.
You loved that one.
I love that show.
You really, really enjoyed that one.
The 3 women, it was adult comedy. They talked about sex. They drank a lot, and they all had issues, but man, just the friendship and the loyalty and the non-judgment between, there's so much judgment in K-dramas, right? But for these three women who didn't judge each other, but they were just there for each other, it was really, really good.
That one's been on my hold list forever because of how much you enjoyed that one. And I just keep forgetting to go and hit play.
And what was super cool was that the show went to Cannes, France for like their video international series festival. So she and Lee Sun-bin got to go, which was so super cool.
That is very cool.
But now she's got Blind with Park Tae-kyun and Ha Suk-jin.
She's so good in it.
Yeah.
Have you watched the first 2 episodes?
I have not, because it's not on a legal streaming site.
It's not. Don't tell anyone.
No, except Surfshark.
It.
Surfshark will protect your devices. More on that later.
Thank you, Surfshark.
Yes.
Because it is A, bonkers.
Yeah.
B, dark. And I was shocked how good she was. And not in a bad way. But you know how sometimes you're like, I don't know who this actress is. You know, she's an idol actress. And again, I'm not trying to pass judgment, but I've never seen her in anything. So, you know, there's always a certain, you have no expectations going in. She's so good.
Oh, yeah.
She's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, really digging it, which I think is another reason why I'll definitely go back to work now, drink later, drink now, work later.
Yeah. Season 2, they're going to do that as well. So
Blind is so good. Yeah.
Very cool.
My number 4 is KWON NARA from Hello Venus. She is just an actress that I don't know. I couldn't even tell you what it is exactly, but she pops up and I'm very happy to see her. The first time I saw her was in Dr. Prisoner. Now, I barely remember this show. Yeah.
Did you not watch Suspicious Partner with Ji Chang-wook?
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
That's where she did show up and she was a bitch. Maybe that's why I blocked it. I did like her in that.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. You're absolutely correct. Suspicious Partners is where I first saw her. And so I just she was just that character, right? She just has that power. She has the greatest resting bitch face of anyone in K-dramas, in my personal opinion. And maybe as someone who's been accused of that her whole life, I really, really appreciate a good one. And she's got it. Suspicious Partners was perfect. Itaewon Class was even better. Like I rooted for her from day one. Like I had such bad second lead syndrome with her. Like I was just like, show for real.
That's right. She totally should have ended up with Park Se-ri because Kim Da-mi just seemed like she was still 19 or 20.
I will die on that hill, Marisa.
Yes.
Die on that hill. Before that, it was Dr. Prisoner, right? So this is a woman who's made an impression on me in shows I haven't really enjoyed. Like she's been the bright spot, right?
Dr. Prisoner. Nam Goon-min. Oh my God.
That's a show unto itself. Like the choices he's made. We'll have to put that on the list, y'all, because bonkers.
What was that?
They're bonkers. And like Dr. Prisoner was exactly one of them. Yeah. You've got Nam Goon-min, you've got Kim Byung-chul, you've got Chae Won-young. So you got the crazy times 3 right there, right? And there's our girl, KWON NARA, just navigating slowly. And I still remember her more than anything in that show. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, clearly I have a soft spot in my heart for her. And then she did Pulgasol. Awesome. Again, show was kind of a hot mess. It was kind of a hot mess.
Kinda.
But again, she played that character that kind of anchored the craziness. Like, you know, so you've got Lee-jun on one side, and then you've got Lee Jin-uk's character, the 2 Pulgasols fighting it out. And she's just kind of in the middle like, I have past life memories.
Yes.
Do I remember you? I'm trying to decide that. Like, she had her own kind of crazy story, but she kind of anchored it again. So I think that's what it boils down to. Like when she shows up, I'm like, someone's going to explain the story to me. And I appreciate that.
I have to say, like, I'm currently watching her. I don't watch a lot of Korean variety shows, but she's in that young actors MT retreat training show with the cast of like the biggest shows ever. And I like her so much. You know, resting bitch face, maybe, but she's really fun and sparkly and easy to talk to and has a good time. And I'm really enjoying her in this. She's leveled up a notch for me.
We girls who are accused of resting bitch face used to just have a lot going on in our head. That's usually all that's happening.
Yeah.
We're a delight outside.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm going to have to watch that because she's slowly working her way up to one of my favorites for sure.
So number 3 on my list is my choice from Girls' Generation or SNSD, and that is SEOHYUN.
Oh,
SEOHYUN, my goodness, this young woman had to deal with Kim Jung-hyun and that scandal when she was in Time.
such a mess.
Yeah, it was. And just looking at my drama list, I think it was only her second drama as a female lead. So honestly, for her co-star to pull that shit with her, kudos to her for like just being mature and not delving into, you know, gossip and just being professional.
Yeah.
Although frankly, as a top idol, God knows what she's had to put up with.
Right.
Then she was in Private Lives, which as a drama, I thought it got lost in the story, but her chemistry with Go Kyung Pyo, off the charts.
It really was.
Really good. And then she followed it up with Love Unleashes. So that was with another idol actor, Lee Jun-young, and EL. But we need to talk about this Netflix movie because it was such a surprise, right?
It was such a surprise. It was delightful and
sexy, but not over that Korean line.
It was accepting
yes.
and understanding.
Yes.
And it was just so many things that
consent.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah. It's probably of all the things I've seen her in, it's definitely by far my favorite thing that I've seen her in. Yeah.
So good. So admittedly, I did not watch Jinxed at first.
I tried.
You tried?
There were so many red flags with consent. And it was going from Love Unleashes to Jinxed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode. She's locked in that fancy apartment with her mom. And I'm like, okay, where's this fairy tale going? And then I just couldn't really.
It was just.
So I will wait for Song of the Bandits, which is coming up in 2023 with Kim Nam-gil. Yes.
I'm looking forward to his next one.
Very much so. Yes. Yeah.
Them together.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait.
Because they both can do comedy well. And they both do drama pretty well.
Yeah. But this is Japanese Occupation.
So yeah, it's going to be dark.
Okay. Still.
And my number 3 is Crystal from FX.
Yeah.
I adore her.
Yeah.
Adore her.
Yeah.
Now, I first saw her I'm not sure if I saw her first in Bride of Haebak or Prison Playbook, because they kind of came out around approximately the same time, or I watched them around the same time. In Prison Playbook, she showed a maturity in that show that belied her actual age and the pairing that she had with Park Hae-soo. And because I mean, when we watch it, we're like, wait, what is this? But I still believed I think she's just a very talented actor. She kind of plays the same sort of character in each role. She kind of has that but I think she has such a believability that I really, really enjoy her. And she does snark so well. I love a girl who can do good snark.
But I think there's a naturalness to her acting that I really like. And I don't know if it's because she's American.
There might be that. There's definitely a different essence to her style of acting that we don't see very often in K-dramas. But the one where I really, truly, truly fell in love with her was Player. I adored her as the getaway driver, and she was the dongsang to the whole crew, and they didn't make her into a love interest, so there wasn't some weird creepy thing with the Song Sang-hyo. None of that. So there was none of that happening.
No, it was just a gang.
It was a gang, and she was one of them, and I loved it so much. Like, they are talking about doing a season 2, but I haven't heard her mentioned in it, and I'm like, she's the one who drove the getaway van at the end of the first season. Like, I just really, really enjoy her. And Player was where I truly fell in love with her. And then she was in Police University this past, I think, the most recent one. And I enjoyed parts of it, but the script was just, she deserved better. But she again played a character that I really enjoyed, but the script just kind of like meandered. And so I dropped it. But Crystal.
So number 2 on my list is SUZY. From Miss A. SUZY, the CF queen, the queen of a lot of things.
So many things.
I first saw her cameo in My Love from Another Star, and I was like, oh, who is she and what is going on here? And so then that drove me down a SUZY rabbit hole, I guess. Right. But here's what happened. So I knew she was in Big. but then I was warned not to watch that one. And then also Goo Family Book, but I couldn't really get into that one. And then also she was in Uncontrollably Fond with Kim Woo Bin, and I was also warned not to watch that.
Yeah, that was
the ending. So it wasn't until While You Were Sleeping with Lee Jong-suk. She was just spunky and delightful and just a little lost, but then she finds herself. And so she's got Lee Jong-suk. She's dating Lee Sung-yup. And then Jung Hae-in developed a crush on her. I'm like,
that's right.
Suzy. Only Suzy could be in this role where all of them were like, hello. So. I
think I watched a few episodes of Vagabond.
I forgot about Vagabond.
And that was my first taste of Suzy, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't finish it. I'm sorry.
No, don't.
But I still, Twitter is still ablaze with that ending. So I guess I'm kind of glad that I didn't finish it.
No, it's like, where is season 2? When is the story going to actually start?
Right. Because correct me if I'm wrong, the opening scene also was the final scene.
Oh, yeah. But she was really good in it.
Right.
Because she's a character who is just a little out of her depth, but totally charming. And she does that really well.
She does that really well because going back to Startup, that was completely her storyline. Yeah. And I loved her in Startup.
So good. So good. And she and Nam Joo-hyuk together and Kim Sun-ho together.
Right.
So really one of the best K-dramas in terms of just like us. I remember it Saturday mornings just being like, where is the new episode? Like just dying to get to it.
Oh, so, because she was charming and she was driven and she had plans and dreams. And I just loved watching her develop that part of her. And she fell in love and that was lovely, but that wasn't the whole crux of the show, which was what I really liked about that.
Yeah. And that's her charm. You know, there's a realness to her, even though she's unbelievably beautiful, and just that there's a little bit that's just not, how shall I say this? Like she's not always so well put together, and that just feels relatable and real. And I love her dramas.
Now my number 2 is Kim Se-jung.
Yeah.
Because good Lord, I met her in Uncanny Counter. She came just barreling in, kicking ass, leaping through, glaring at people, just being that like silent, deathly, Grim Reaper, right? We loved her.
Yeah. But what's so funny is that she came up through Produce 101 and IOI. So everyone got to know her. And she's got this just really sunny, bright disposition. But then the Uncanny Counter.
But that's so how different. I first met her.
Right.
So I get this like snarling, like angry ass kicking. And I'm like, I love her. Right?
Yes.
We've already talked about the theme of Jen's list. But then we saw her in Business Proposal. Like,
we loved it so much.
So much.
But it was such a surprise.
Completely. Because those posters were bad. Like, they just made me go like, the production quality of this thing is not going to be very good.
Right. And then it was like trope. Yeah. Oh, I get it.
When she walked in for that first blind date with her 2 girls.
Yeah.
Listen, she's such a comedian.
She really
and she's so good.
Yeah.
I loved her. Like, I fell completely in love with her and understood all of the bubbly stuff you're talking about. And I'm like, she's a tremendous actress. Like, she's a tremendous actress. She's amazing at comedy, which is also holds a deep place in my heart. And she also can do the ass kicking stuff, which I also really enjoy. And y'all, she's a fellow Virgo. So there's that.
I'm really liking her in today's webtoon. Again, judo expert, This is
the melding of the 2 roles.
It really is. It really is. But the role, like, very Gidget, if you know the old American film and TV series, but it's like where her naivete is just her strength. Like, she really believes people and wants to uplift people, but she does it. Kim Se-jung does it so well. There's nothing cynical about it. And you're like, yes, be my friend. Can you be?
That's exactly it. Because she's not cynical and because Kim Se-jung actually, there's such a natural thing for her. I believe it. Because I think with other actresses, you'd be like,
they're
acting. Like acting. They're acting that nice. They're not like, there's something about her where you genuinely are just like, love you.
Yes.
And yeah, she's so good. That today's webtoon was a delightful, delightful drama. If you need a good healing drama, especially if you're in the creative arts, there's a lot. There's a lot there. It's a lot to absorb.
You feel seen.
I felt really seen. It was amazing. And so, yes. So she's a delight, and I cannot wait to see what she does next. And we're going to change up the order real quick just because Maurice's number one is number one.
She's number one.
She's number one in all of our hearts. But my number one on my list was Nana. Nana from After School brings me so much joy, Marisa. Like, she just shows up and I'm like, I'm all in. It does not matter. I have watched her in Kill It. I have watched her in Justice. I have watched.
She was good. She was Justice.
Really good.
Justice was
She
good.
was really good in Justice.
Yeah,
but I also sat through all of Kill It. Like, she's one of those actresses that I will watch just about anything she's in because she brings me that much joy. Her chemistry. Do you remember how we lost our minds? Her chemistry with Park Sung-hoon in Justice, and he was a psycho serial killer, and we were like, that's really hot. Like, what's going on? Like, what is happening in this show right now? Like, why am I drawn to this situation?
I know. And then
they gave us Into the Ring.
This show it's like the K3's one of our ultimate K dramas because their chemistry and her character.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
She was a delight from top to bottom, from beginning to end.
Yes.
And her chemistry with Park Sung-hoon and the way she just went after things and her parents and just the entire show.
Could not get quirkier.
Could not. Quirkier? If it's not a word, it is now because it's a perfect word for this one. She sold all of it. Yes. There was not a beat where you did not believe 110% that this was happening in this world.
Yeah.
And I just adore her. And Marisa, her latest is a new Netflix show called Glitch, and she is chasing aliens. If there was not a more Gen-centric show in the world, it is Nana, who is also a fellow Virgo, chasing aliens.
With Jun Yo Bin.
Yes.
2 women.
Done.
Love it.
Done.
It better be good.
Will be.
My number one, which may be everyone's number one, can we just all agree? IU is the best. She's just the best. She's also the nation's hip hop one top because Korea was, gently arguing about who is the top in hip hop in Korea. And then it turned out that Post Malone followed her on Instagram, which is like, okay, you've been marked. You are the one.
Right.
So IU, no matter what she does, she's the best. She's the best.
Did you just see all the footage of her big show that she
14th
just did?
anniversary,
like 14th anniversary. It was like a 5-hour concert, and her mom made like cushions for everyone there to take home because she knew it was going to be a long concert, and like all these celebrities went to it. She's adorable, and I love her.
She is. She's the best. So probably the one I like her in the. Oh, this is hard. This is hard because My Mister was a revelation.
It was.
She was phenomenal in it. The hurt and the blossoming. She was just a beautiful human being in it with a tough edge. But then Hotel de Luna, which was just 16 episodes of delight and fashion and snark and being the boss and pushing Yo Jin-gu around.
And her tragic backstory with a firefly.
It was so good.
It was so good.
It was so good. It was everything.
I loved her in that. Yes.
Yeah. And then there's Scarlet Heart Rio, of course, which will go down, not in flames, but as...
That's another one where everyone keeps screaming for either a season 2 or a finale or a final movie.
Because it's so, you go away so unsatisfied. But yeah, that's such a huge one.
And she didn't she write her own stuff for like that Persona shorts?
That's right. It's on Netflix. Persona. It's like a series of short films or vignettes where she plays different characters.
One of them with
Bae Doona, which was hilarious. But it really just shows how talented an actress she is because there's such a range of characters. But she's IU.
Yeah.
She's IU.
I mean, she just is. Mm-hmm. She's phenomenal. Mm-hmm. All right, guys, as Marisa said, these are just our lists. We want to see your list below.
That's right. Our podcasts are back. Our YouTube videos are back. And so please take another KDrama coffee break with us.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.